There are various traits within the organization that can impact the overall employee handbook for the company. Many policies are standard and can be applied to most organizations and included in their handbook, but there are impacts which can be caused by different reasons. The reasons we will discuss in this video will include the following: the size of an organization, the organizational type and structure, and finally the types of employees within the organization. The size of the organization can be a large factor that plays a role in the contents within an organization's employee handbook. There are many federal laws which are contingent upon the number of employees within a company. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or EEOC, has the following coverage: general coverage, which includes race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or genetic information, is applicable to employers with 15 or more employees. Age discrimination is enforced for organizations with 20 or more employees. All employers are covered by the Equal Pay Act, which makes it illegal to differentiate pay between men and women who perform the same duties. Citizenship discrimination applies to organizations with 4 or more employees and prohibits discrimination based on citizenship status. The Family Medical Leave Act, or FMLA, is also influenced by the employee size within an organization. The FMLA applies to organizations that employ 50 or more employees for at least 20 work weeks in the current or preceding calendar year. The type of organization is also influential to what applies to the company and what information should be included within the employee handbook. The main area a company needs to consider are laws and regulations which will impact their handbook and policies. For instance, the Occupational Safety and Health Act, or OSHA Act, only applies to certain types of organizations. Organizations that are not influenced by the OSHA Act are self-employed workers, immediate family members of farm employees, and workers whose hazards are regulated by another federal agency. Any other types of organizations are covered by the OSHA Act. The organization structure will also influence the policies and processes that should be included in the handbook. Employees may be used to working in a different type of organization structure, so it is important to note the specific processes of the organization so employees are aware. Employers that offer benefit plans to their employees are required to comply with the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, or ERISA, which is informed by the Employee Benefits Security Administration, or EBSA. ERISA is responsible for ensuring the integrity of the private employment benefit plan system within the United States. And finally, the types of employees within an organization will influence the contents of the employee handbook as well. Organizations can have full-time employees, part-time employees, contract employees, and temporary employees. These different employee statuses will significantly impact how the organization operates and handles their processes. One area that is typically influenced by employment status is benefit eligibility within the company. Organizations need to determine which employee statuses are eligible for benefits and list the eligibility requirements within the handbook. The employee status will also determine the timekeeping requirements for employees. Employees who are full-time, part-time, temporary, or contract should have different types of timekeeping requirements that should be listed in the handbook. Resources around the organization impacts to employee handbooks within an organization can be found in the resource section below.